walking in the crop circle. This is wheat, the short stem wheat that we've heard so much about recently. And you can see where the crop's starting to lift. It's quite a massive circle. It must be 200 metres across. Not the biggest one I've been to. Here we are, walking in one of the rings. You can see how the crop is laid down clockwise. I'm walking in the tram line so I don't damage the crop. And I'm quite lucky. I've got the whole thing to myself today. See the rings here of the pattern? And here we are now in the centre. You can see just how much the crop has lifted. See the rings hereabouts. Extremely difficult to see what the pattern is, and if I didn't know, I wouldn't be able to differentiate it. This circle has a very strange feeling. It makes me feel ill at ease. Some of them you go into and you just feel blissful, but this one has an angry feel to it. You can see how short the stems are of the crop. This seems to be one of the quite defined axes here. You can get a good idea of the sweep and the rings there and the general shape of the circle and just how much of the crop was lifted, which I'm sure the farmer would be very happy to know. You can see there the gateway where the corn has been a bit trampled down, where people have been having access here to the site. Can hear the birds singing. Sounds like a blackbird. And there are some skylarks in the distance too. You can see here the sort of swirl. Seems to be the only one here. Perhaps this is actually the centre, but as I said before, it's very hard to see when you're actually here in amongst the crop what is the centre and what isn't. Perhaps it would have been easier to see on the days when it was fresh, but today where the crop is raising, it's not so easy to make it out. See here where all this crop was lifted. Obviously wasn't significantly stomped. Looks like an arrowhead. There's all kinds of ancient artefacts hereabouts. I've often found arrowheads when I've been walking around the countryside. See the beautiful view there? That big clump of trees on the hillside is Barbary Castle, and there's usually a crop circle or two up there. You're scanning along the valley, and there in the far distance is an obelisk, and believe me, it is an obelisk because I've walked up there. It's called Oldbury Monument, but I've been to Egypt many times and I know what an obelisk looks like when I see one. It's beautifully quiet here with only the faintest drone of the traffic down on the A4, which is about a mile away down at the bottom of the hill. I'm off now to Woodborough to look at those three spum-like patterns in the crop there. So look forward to having another film after this one. Here's some overlapping where the crop has been interwoven. Not as decorative as at some of the crop circles I've been to. In fact, this one doesn't have the pristine quality, but then again, I haven't seen it on the very early days like when I normally go to these patterns. I think you get quite an idea of the scope. Circle. And indeed it is a circle.